In Google Classroom, teachers now have the visibility to student performance and engagement in their Google Classroom. Let's walk through how to view these classroom analytics. First, you'll need to visit your Google Classroom. You can do this by going to classroom.google.com or by clicking on Classroom in your waffle. Then navigate to the classroom you would like to view analytics for. You should now see the Analytics option at the top, right next to your stream, classwork, people, and grades. After we click the Classroom Analytics option up at the top, we can now see the information or data from that class and as it begins to load. Over on the top right, I can see that this data is from the last 90 days. I want to take a look at what's been going on the last 7 days. We can already see that Classroom Analytics has highlighted some things for me. I have one student that hasn't turned in this assignment. I can view the student, and I can go directly into viewing their work or just close it. I have one student that hasn't visited the class in the last week. Also, that same student. It looks like the last time they visited the class was over 4 weeks ago. And as we scroll down, we can see what percentage of assignments have been completed, the overall grade for the class. And for this test class, I've had 3 active students out of 4 students in the past 7 days. We can adjust this to 30 days and see how things have changed. As we scroll down, we can see for the past 30 days, this student has completed all of their assignments. This student has not. How many missing assignments there are, their overall grade and overall grade for the class, and when's the last time they were active. We can go all the way back to the last year if we'd like. And as you see, as we make those adjustments, we can see that the overall grade and missing assignments has changed, where this student now has 2 missing assignments and this one has 1. Teachers will have access to the classes that they teach. They must be the primary teacher in Infinite Campus and have accepted the Google Classroom. Keep in mind, it may take 24 to 48 hours for Google to reflect the roster updates and changes. This also goes for returning and submitting grades. The assignments your students have completed, submitted, and had returned to them may not be reflected in these analytics right away. It can take 24 to 48 hours for the analytics to update to new grades and new assignments. Class Analytics gives us the ability to view how our grades are trending and to easily drill down and identify which students need support. After clicking on this clipboard, we can see that the student has high completion for the class, and we can drill down what assignments are missing or have a low grade. By clicking on this drop down, we can see exactly what is missing, which this student isn't missing anything, and what assignments we, the teacher, have returned to them. These check mark options are the assignments that were submitted, but we didn't have a grade for them. And this is what's turned in. Now let's take a look at a student that might need a little bit more help from us. We'll head back to Analytics, switch this to past year. We're going to take a look now at this student. We can see that they have a C. If we click on the details, we can see the percentage, and we can go directly to grade settings if we need to. Again, we can filter down and select what's missing. We can see that the student has a low assignment completion for the year. They're missing 1 assignment, which could cause them to have that lower grade. And we can use the analytics to support the student. We can email them directly. And we can send them an email about this missing assignment. The email will include the summary of their work, which will show them what's been excused, what they're missing, and their current grades. The student will need to log into their email to see the message from the teacher and to view the summary of what's going on. You can also click directly on the student's name and it'll show you their assignment completion for the last 90 days. Again, you can adjust this. You can make it the last 7 days, how many assignments are missing, and when's the last time that student themselves was active. We can see their other classes here as well. This student has 2 classes by this teacher, and this is their assignment completion, missing assignments, and overall grade. If you see where there's nothing, just a little line, that means there have been no data, which means there's no missing assignments, there's no overall grade, and no assignment completion. But keep in mind, again, it may take 24 to 48 hours for that information to be updated. And you can click on the clipboard right away. If you're the teacher, you'll get to see what's going on. The active student number here on the right shows all the students in the class who have interacted with the class during the time period set. Right now we have it set for the last 7 days. Some of these interactions include page views, assignment submission, comments, and posts. Assignment completion shows the percentage of the assignments due during the time period that were turned in by the students. This figure doesn't include assignments with 0 submissions. Keep in mind, the student will have to hit that turn in button for their assignments to pop up here. If we hover over these, you can also read this as well. The average grade section shows the average of all graded Google Classroom assignments due within the time period. This means they have to be graded by the teacher and returned. Google Classroom Analytics reflects activity in Google Classroom and does not include data stored outside the classroom, such as Infinite Campus, for example. It will not reflect when a student logs into Infinite Campus or grades that are only in Campus and not in Google Classroom. Class Analytics does not include data or information from archived classes. If you have an archived class, the data will no longer update. So if you click on a student and you want to see what's going on with that individual student for multiple classes, as we can here, we can see this student has 3 different teachers and what's going on with those classes. If the class is archived, it will not populate here. Thank you for joining me in this quick video on Google Classroom Analytics. You can find this and so much more on our Technical Learning Center by going to jsps.me/TLC.